Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. It's Kingdom out here. How you doing today? How you feeling,
I'm good,
King?
man. I'm good.
Ooh, here you are. Here you are, man. Getting ready to do your pro debut.
Pro debut.
Woo! It's been a long time coming, man. It's been a long time coming. How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling really good, man. Really good. It's a stepping stone for just to get to the Olympia stage,
Yes.
But although it's just a stepping stone to get to, the big stage, it's still like finally about to make a pro debut after, all this time.
Ooh.
I know there's people who's done it, longer than me, but for me,
it's a personal journey.
Yeah.
Like,
you got like, you got it. You got the ability and the attributes to be a pro. It's just get in there, Sometimes it takes a little longer than you want, but patience
is key.
It's definitely key.
Wow.
Now that it's here, though.
Oh, we're getting ready. Yeah. So which one are you doing? Classic or men's physique or both?
So definitely men's physique. I got to see about classic. That's not just my decision, but I think I do want to jump in there, especially to. We have a few other pros that are going to be there, so hopefully we can do a clean sweep, and then get this money.
So what's different, man? Like, let us know what is different. Like, even with your prep so far, right, compared to when you're an amateur and now, like going to a pro level, like, I'm making my pro debut, right? What is that difference in prep for this show?
There are a lot of things that are the same. Basically, the foundations are the same, but I think it's like with every prep, the mindset is different. My very first time competing, it was just about getting on stage.
Yes.
The next couple of preps were, all right, we're shooting for the pro. But now it's like, I think the last one was, instead of like prepping like I'm aiming for pro, prep like a pro.
Yes.
But now it's like you are a pro, so it's like there's no, like you got to understand what you're doing. You got to understand, like, you can't really be in that amateur mindset of going for pro. Even though last prep was, prep like a pro, you were still prepping like a pro because that was the goal. Now, you are a pro, so now your goal has to be, something different, something higher.
Yes.
For some people it's money, for some people it's certain titles.
Yes.
So that's been this prep, getting the mindset right. Like, well, what's this one for? Is it for, am I prepping for money? Am I prepping for the title, or for a place, or a winner, or a champion? What are you gonna be, doing this for?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because you got, when you're trying to become a pro, you got to drive. Like, I want to pro.
That's
the drive. Like, that's everything that gets the gears going. Now it's like, all right, you're a pro. Like, now it's, you have, what you've been driving so hard for. Now you're at the next level.
Yes.
If it, some people it's money. If it's money, it's money. Some people it's title. If it's the title, it's the title. That's what's going to get you going. That's what's going to get you going. So it's been that. I think. My mindset for this prep, though, has been, it's been more for looking beyond this show.
Yes.
So it's, for this prep, the mindset has been basically prepping for the Olympia. This show is part of prep for
the Olympia.
It's not like a show to, I'm not going to say prep for, but it's part of the prep.
Part of the prep, part of the process.
So that's what I'm going in here, with that mindset. So knowing that, almost like practice. This would be, how you have like practice games. You have your practice, and then you'll have like your scrimmage before your big game. So that's what it feels like. So I've been practicing throughout this prep. Then I'm gonna have like the practice, the one dress rehearsal.
Yes.
And then we'll go back, look at that, look at the film. as the athletes say, let's go look at film. We'll go back, look at what we can fix, fine tune, and tweak, and then we got another little bit of time, a little bit of prep to practice that, fix that up, and then game day. That's what we're aiming for. So that's been the mindset for this prep. So
I like that. I like that.
Definitely different.
That's beautiful. Like you said, man, the mindset, right? Like is everything that definitely differentiates you. Like you said, the reason, right? Like, is it for the money? Is it for that, right? And you know, even when you got your pro card, right, as the process is unfolding every day, right? I think there's at some point you had to realize that, man, okay, what I did to get to the pro level is not what I'm gonna do. As a pro now, right? For you, at what point did you realize that? Like, cause you know, the human nature, right? Like, oh, I'm used to this. But now knowing that I'm going to be completely doing everything different from what I used to know.
That was very soon after my last show when I got the pro card. Very soon. Because after the last few shows, it was like, all right, prep, show, maybe take a week off, and then prep, and then show, and then prep, and then show. You know, it was like that. So after the last one, I was like, all right, you know, same game plan. Got the pro card, same game plan. You know, maybe take a week, prep, and then, you know, show. Like, let's go. And then, of course, life happens. And then, so it was like maybe like a few weeks after, I was like, I don't think it's gonna be the same as before. It's not just prep show. It's like, man, you gotta look at some things different. So I was looking at you know, some you know, dealing with the life things, and then looking at other shows in the INBA and seeing like what the pros are doing. Knowing like, not just, I used to look at the pros all the time before receiving the pro card. But, you know, I would also look at the amateur open as well. And, you know, just looking at, all right, this is what I got to compete with and things like that. But then I would go look at the pros and be like, all right, this is who I'm going to have to. You know, this is, when I get there, this is what I got to look forward to. But now it's like, you know, I'm looking at the pros now. Like right after the show, I'm like, all right, this is the stage I'm on. And then it's like after every show, there's like an eye opener after watching every show, either when it's on the live, the Facebook Live, or in person. Definitely in person is really,
it's really different,
way different. So yeah, I was just looking at, you know, the pro level, and like it kind of it sinks in, like, this is where you like, this is where you are now, dog. Like, you can't sit here looking at like almost an aspiration of the pros. Like, I want to be there one day. Like, you're there.
You're there.
Like, you know, it's game time. Like,
the real competition starts now.
It's game time. Like, you're gonna be there. Like, if you go on a pro stage, and they decide to do that show, you're gonna be there. Like, so it's the aspiration time is over. Like, it's you're there, man. Like, you know, so that's when it hit me, and I was like, all right, well, it's got to be different. This prep got to be different.
Wow. That is everything, you know, because a lot of people definitely, that's where they get stuck, right? Like, think, you know, every show is going to be the same process, and failing to embrace that it's going to change. So don't fall in love with what got you to May, and thinking that's what's going to get you to October, right?
Absolutely. It's more calculated now, you know. Like, especially with, you know, choosing shows and how you train, because now you're not just training, you know, as an amateur, you're just training to get like just the best physique you can, shredded, and, you know, let's hope for this pro card, basically. Pro, it's like you got to look at your schedule and what would work for your vision of basically your season. And then now you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you're posing, you're making tweaks. The smallest tweak can be like the biggest difference. I've noticed that like a month and a half ago. And it was like, because I was looking at something that didn't look right. one of the poses. I want to say it was the double intercostal. I was looking at that one, and that's the one like I've never felt comfortable in that one. I've just sent it every time.
Yeah, every time.
So I was looking at that, I was like, I got to get this right. Like there's something that's not. I don't like how it looks. So I just spent like a week just anytime I passed him at a double intercostal.
Yeah, and
I'll just sit there maybe for like a few minutes, just twisting, rolling. Maybe if I do this, maybe I'll do that. And then it was, I made 2 very small tweaks. It was foot placement and position of the hip. And I only moved it like that. Both of them, I only moved them like that. And I was like, I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I think that's it. So I did it a couple more times for a few more days, and it felt good. It felt natural. I was like, I think that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's it. But it was the change was so minor.
Yes.
But it makes a big difference. And that's what it's been like, even with training, bringing up certain body parts.
Yes.
I've had a philosophy. I was watching, I want to say it was Hart McGrath. He's like a big men's physique. He has a big men's physique page. And I was just watching him. I like to watch him. He gives really good commentary.
Yeah.
And, he was talking about, I want to say, Jeremy Buendia, saying he had to take down his triceps.
Yeah.
And I was like, take down? It's like, ugh. And then, I don't know, when he said take down your triceps, it didn't sit right with me. So I was looking in the mirror, like when I was going through posing, like what I need to bring up to look good. And then what he said came back in my mind. It was like, take down your triceps to make your, make your arm more symmetrical so it doesn't take away from the bicep. And I was looking, I was like, I don't think taking down is something I'll ever do or want to do. So it's like, when I hit that, and when I thought about that, I was like, all right, well, if you're not going to take anything down, you're going to have to bring everything up while maintaining what you got. And I was like, man, and just thinking about like how to do that, trying to go over like different training, like days and schedules and splits. For me, it was like, man,
it's different.
It's real easy to take down a body part. That's really easy. Just, either cease training altogether or, train it very minimally just to, keep it stimulated and then work everything else overtime.
Yes, yes.
But if you're going to maintain and then bring everything else up, it's like, man, that's going to take some time. That's going to take some work. That's going to take some
patience,
some calculating. I was like, if that's the route you want to go, man, like, get ready.
Simple.
Get ready. So and it's just been like that this whole prep. Like, just thought after thought after thought, realization after realization, knowing you can't do this. You can't do this anymore, thinking it's going to get this
result. No, that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Or even thinking, I did have a moment right before, or right after the show. I was like, all right, I can relax now. I'm a pro. I can relax now. Like, we can have some fun. And I was like, nah, like after all these realizations, it's like, man, you gotta go a lot harder than you did before. Because now it's like, do you want to be that pro that goes up there and just like you're just a pro that shows up to shows just to step on stage? Like if that's a lot of goal if you just love doing it, and that's your driving force.
Yes.
By all means, have fun. If you just do it for fun, but if you have goals and things that you want to accomplish in this profession, then man, you gotta go harder. Because now you're not going against people who this is their first or second time stepping on stage. You're going
up to season.
These are pros. Like these are guys who've been doing this for years.
Yes.
So and you're just getting started, like my dog. Like you're just getting started, and they've already been here, man. Like that's catching up to do. So if you think you can chill, like you
chill when you win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Chill when you win, and that's only for a short time because
you keep playing still.
I can't remember who said it, but they were like, "You're only a champion for that moment."
Simple.
Once they say your name and you're the champion, you're only a champion for that moment. After that, like, it's a new season.
Yes.
Like, you may be the reigning champion at that point, but everyone's geared toward next. That's already gone, man. Like, after that day, like, the very next day, like, it's already next season.
Yeah.
So it's already in the past now, man. So your time to relax is, I mean, it's on you, really.
It is. No, thank you very much for that, man. I mean, you know, Nicole and Caesar even said it, right? Like, there's a difference between a pro and a super pro, right? A pro, super pro is someone that has been a pro for like, just like, for instance, like, you know, Philip Ricardo is a pro, and then someone that got their pro card today, you know, it's like, they're super pro, right? So to just even have that realization that, oh, I'm stepping on stage or something like that, you know, so it kind of, you know, forces you to just switch a lot of stuff, right? So no, that is absolutely amazing that, you know, you came to this realization, and that has helped you with your decision making and training for this prep, man. And you know, I can't wait, man, to see the package you have for this show, man, as a pro elite.
Elite, let's go.
You know, but no, thank you very much for that, and we can't wait to do the interview, you know, after the show. Absolutely. And then leading to the Olympia. Oh, the Olympia is about to be great. We're not even going to go into it right now. Wow. We're going to go into, we can't wait for that. But thank you very much for the time, King.
Next interview.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the time, King. Appreciate it.
Yep.